Think about your meals and snacks. Maybe a nice box of chocolates. Ever notice how some people tend to save their favorite for last? Now think about the shows and movies you've seen, or maybe the trips you've taken. What's usually the highlight? Probably the ending. So what's with people shoving all the good stuff to the end? Surely it's just as good anytime, right? Well, sort of. To answer this question, we need to investigate a part of the human psyche called the last is best bias, or peak end bias. Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman explored this concept in a comprehensive, lifelong study of various irrational biases. The conclusion? The last is best bias is as integral to human psychology as more popular ideas like loss aversion. So, how does the bias work? For the human mind, the last thing we do, or eat, etc., is typically the freshest in our memory, and we, as humans, love to be happy. Thus, we try to make our freshest memories also the happiest by two primary methods. One, by consciously delaying our favorite to the end, like when we save our favorite until the end of a meal, or two, by subconsciously creating a preference for the end. What do I mean by this? Well, humans like you and I have ingrained preferences. I might like milk chocolate and you dark chocolate. We like to believe these preferences to be somewhat concrete, set in stone. But in actuality, the last is best bias can drastically manipulate them. Ed O'Brien, a researcher in social psychology at the University of Michigan, authored a study that demonstrates the manipulative power of the last is best bias. In the study, students tried Hershey Kisses of various flavors and then had to determine their favorite. The first group were simply told, okay, here's the next, and given no signal about how many they were going to have. They each tried 5. 22% said the last kiss was their favorite. Okay, that makes sense. 5 choices means each has a 20% chance of being chosen. As for the second group, they were told that their 5th would be their last. How many said the last was their favorite? A stunning 64%. People liked the last one more just because they knew it would be their last. Even crazier, the bias doesn't only apply to food. A new study by O'Brien aims to show that the last is best bias affects romance as well, enhancing drastically the last guy or gal introduced. Not surprisingly, much of human society has evolved to pander to this bias. The climactic ending of movies, the thrilling cliffhangers of season finales, the guilty pleasure of dessert, all has evolved to feed our hungry bias. So to answer our question, yes, it's just as good anytime, but we like to wrap our memories up nice and pretty. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Go and see how the last is best bias affects your everyday life and share your findings with us in the comments.